to. I'm in Guatemala. I'm in the capital right now. As you can see from the wall, I'm at E-Cafe. I'm in Oakland Mall. I just got done with the seminar, which was about a week. It's pretty overwhelming. I got to see a lot of cool stuff in Guatemala. I got to see that famous university, that libertarian one, where if you know Mises, the Mises Institute. There's a university that does a lot of their work, and it's a legitimate university. If you go to it when you graduate, you automatically get a university in Guatemala, and not only that, one in Virginia. And the graduates there have a back door to go to Harvard. Most people don't know that. Anyways, that was kind of the highlight of my trip. We went to a lot of cool places. But anyways, one of the main things I learned was how to teach English for 18 bucks an hour in China. And the companies involved, they're not all Chinese companies, as you probably sure you well know. Some of them are in the Philippines. The thing is there's a few rules you've got to do. Normally they call for a college degree, and there's kind of some loopholes around that if you do not have a college degree. But once you get signed on, you got to have like a, various, I don't know what to call it, but a it's like a fold out cardboard thing to use as your background, and you have to have some child-friendly pictures and stuff on there. But once you get hired on there, you can earn 18 bucks an hour. But the cool thing is, with all the bonuses, you can get up to $25, $30 an hour. Now, I'm not going to claim you can get 30 bucks an hour if you just start there, but the cool thing is you can start there and you work part-time, but you do have to sign a 6-month contract to work for them. But you only have to work part-time if that's all you want. And if you want, you can work more. They have a system online that you just say what you want to do and how many hours you want to get. And just as an example, once you get all set up and signed up, you just click on it on like a half hour, an hourly basis of what you want to work. So you get paid in a half hour, an hourly basis. And then they wire your money to wherever in the world you want. If you get on, I would suggest you wire it to a local country or a local account, not your U.S. bank account. As an American, you're tax-free up to it's a little over 100,000 now. I think 100,600, or maybe it's 107,000 now. I can't remember, but this income would be tax-free. But just to be like more private, you want a local account here. Just set up a local account wherever you're going to live. Get set up, and once you get set up, you can work full-time if you want. But the thing is, you have to have a 6-month contract with them, and you have to be willing to work 2 hours a week, I believe, and try to work 20 if you can. You can get a nice little part-time income. It's enough to live on here, at least in Central America, at least for me. Anyways, the other thing about them is if you quit, you can do that, but they hold back like a week's pay. But the longer notice you give them, the less they hold back, and I think it's after a month or two, they don't hold back anything. So you're not exactly obligated for the 6 months, but that's really what they like. That's one of the main things I learned, and that's pretty cool. And I think Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to get my driver's license, and then I'm going to get my, I'm going to go out looking for apartments. I found some contacts to get you apartments for like $1,200, but right off the bat, that's a little bit too high. They're all furnished, but the minute I said I didn't want one, he came down to $900. That's what I mean when I say you have to get, you have to be here. You can't go do this online, and you have to negotiate these things. So I'm hoping to find something nice in the capital, maybe in Zone 2, but in the other zones too. But I like Zone 2 over the other ones. It's a pretty safe area. It's kind of a hippie kind of area. It's pretty cool. There's a place in the Philippines just like it, but I can't remember the name now. Anyways, I'm going to be looking at apartments. I'm hoping to go in for between 200 and 400. Some of these nicer end apartments will be advertised for 800 or 900, but they'll give them to you for like 400 or 500, and you can sometimes negotiate them down to like 200 less if you're willing to pay a year in advance. My friend started out like at 600 or 700 for a fully furnished apartment in a really nice part of town, and the landlord came up to him and said, "If you give me $2,000, I'll give you a year." That's how it is here. Like if the landlord needs money for something, and you have it cash in hand, you can get these $900, $1,000 apartments for basically under 200. I'm looking for something like that, but I'm not sure I'm going to fall into it. But right now I'm going to be looking at stuff for 300 or 400. It'll probably be online for 800 or 900, but I know from experience you can negotiate it down to about half that if you're willing to pay 6 months or a year in advance. just a heads up, down here normally you have to sign a 6-month or 1-year contract. It's really basic. It's nothing really complicated, but if you're willing to do that, and if you're willing to pay cash up front, of course get a receipt for it, you can get your rent for quite a bit cheaper. Anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next week or so. Also, I found a contact for what I would call novelty IDs. These novelty IDs are about $250. It's an official government thing. Well, I'm not going to talk about it here, but I'm going to be checking that out. So if you're willing to buy this novelty thing, you can use it in Mexico or other places. And if you're really creative, you can use it to start a like another credit history and or banking. And when I say banking, I mean in the English-speaking world, and I mean not here, outside of this country and in another country. And there's a few twists and turns to it, which I won't talk about here. But I don't really recommend it for banking unless you only keep $100 on it. Use it as a pass-through account. The other thing is, you'd want to use this ID. See, when you're checking in hotels and stuff, you don't want to use your Christian name. Excuse me. So I'm going to see, how that goes. I probably won't talk about it much here because it's not a thing I really want to talk about online too much. But if you're looking for novelty IDs that have the government stamp and everything on them, and basically get a photocopy, get it certified by certain lawyers down here, you can use it for a lot of things. But one thing you can use it for if you're in the States is using it, for being served and you have legal problems, or you can use it when you're driving because there's no way in the U.S. they could check that out. And then use it when you're checking in or checking into a hotel. Down here, a lot of times when you go into a private development, you got to show an ID and give it to them, and you don't really want to use your Christian name. At least I don't. And you have to usually stick it into your reader. This thing has a chip in it and everything, so it works really well. Anyways, those are a few things I've been coming across lately. I don't really have too many plans to go back to the States for any long-term amount of time. Oh, another thing is I just got done with my, well, not done, but I've been having a really good month trading. This month should be really good. I'm not sure if I'll be over 1,000, but I probably will. My next goal is to get my margin, maybe double or triple my margin. So instead of making like 1,000 a month, I can make 2,000 to 3,000. Basically, what I do is I make 1,000 a month or more, and then I just take half my profits off and spend it, and just kind of grow my accounts. That's not to say I never have losing trades. I'm just saying that's what I make average over a month, and I usually need about a month to be in the positive territory for the trades that lose and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I may or may not leave an affiliate link for the software I use for trading, but if you want to learn more about it, you just ask me for the link. Also, too, I do stuff on Nadex, but stuff like that, I'd have to charge kind of a high fee, so I realize most people wouldn't be interested, but it's really simple trades. You trade at basically 11 or 12 o'clock, and you trade for either a half hour or an hour, and most of it is currencies, but I do have something to do about 6 times a year, 8 to 8 times a year on Nadex. Has about 80 to 90% win rate, and that's trading the Dow, but of course, it's a real simple system, but like I said, it's priced a little high for reasons I don't want to get into here, but it's another thing I just do. I don't really talk about it as much anymore. Anyways, that's just basically what's going on here in Guatemala. So I just want to put this out there, just letting everyone know I'm okay. Some people were asking me about the volcano. All my friends and everyone else were fine. Nothing bad going down here. So the volcanoes go off every once in a while, but if you live in a nice part of town, excuse me, earthquakes or terremotos, and the volcanoes just won't affect you. And my next project is probably going to be buying a car. I may or may not show pictures or a video of some of these higher end apartments. A lot of them are furnished. A lot of them don't really want you taking video of them, but I'll see if I can get some in there. But I'm going to be looking at some places tomorrow or Tuesday. If I get a chance to take a picture or a little video, I'll try to do that for you guys. But that's what's going on, and maybe shortly I'll be buying a car, and I'll talk about buying a car in Guatemala. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you think of my videos. Thank you. I appreciate it.